Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages, we are here now for the 32nd episode of the Old Humble Game Night. Cheers and salutations. I am your host, the Old Humble Guy himself, and we're going to jump right in because we are deep into endgame right here on, where are we at? We're at day 53. Here's the big old screen. We are playing the California campaign, and we're in the final push. Here. I am the owner and operator of the Old Humble Distilling Company. And we will come back to what we're looking at right here. We're going to move all over here and see what's been going on here. I've got a whole bunch of tanks coming down into my audio on. Yeah, my audio is on. Got a whole bunch of tanks coming down into the Mexican plateau, I think is what it's known as. The proper description of the landmass, I believe, the Mexican plateau down here. We are pushing our way down. We have declared war against Nicaragua, Mexico, and Nuevo Leon. We are almost done with Nuevo Leon. We have a few little bits of territory left to these guys. There's Brazil, or Brazil. So this little strip here is still Nuevo Leon. That's their territory here. This is Nicaragua. That's Nicaragua there. And then everything else is pretty much Mexico. Mexico along the coast here. Nicaragua along the northern and western sides of the Yucatan Peninsula, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we're pushing our way down. Everything's quiet and stable over here on the east, on our eastern border. Virginia is, they're being a little bit cheeky with the intel. I'm being a little bit cheeky with the intel. Everything's fine. I'm not trying to go offensive against them. They're not trying to go offensive against me. We're just, keeping each other on our toes, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not moving anything over off their coast. I don't need to be provocative. They're not being provocative. I'm not going to be provocative. There's one little bit that is concerning here in Louisiana. They've got a column of tanks right there, but I'm not overly worried about that little column of tanks as long as it stays where it's at. That's fine. But here, what? Hang on, what was that green line there? Was that? What is Is that him that I'm seeing? He's got a mobile radar. Oh, nice, very nice, and a tank destroyer, and some mechanized infantry. That's nice. Okay, so that is his radar outpost that he's got there. That is what he's looking at. And that's fine. That's fine. He can look and see what he's got going on all he wants. You will notice here he's got a couple of rebellions on his hands in his new territory in Lafayette and Alexandria. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. He's just going to have to stay busy over there and make sure that all that stuff is settled down. But you'll look over here, down here in Nicaragua. The 6 cities that are Nicaragua's homeland cities. Tegucigalpa. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tegucigalpa. Chinagandra. We'll go with that. Managua, Mulucucu, Bluefields, and Puerto Cabezas. There's a radar signature here. That is a destroyer, I found out. But this is what's about to happen to our friends in Nicaragua. We're going to go with nationwide chemical weapon strike. We're going to go with one right there. Yep. We're going to go with one right there. That's 2. He's got 6 cities. I've got 6 bombers. There are 3. Yeah, I've got actually 6 bombers. Come on. Where you at? You. Missile. Missile launch. Gonna go to blue fields. Boom. We're gonna go to Puerto Cabezas. Boom. And then this fella right here, that's my AWAC. This fella right here is going to hit me with a little Tegucigalpa. And this fella here in Mulucucu is going to hit me right there. So in right about 22 minutes, Nicaragua is going to be in flames. It's going to be awesome. Let's see what's going on with these other game events. This should be just territory that's been taken over here and there. Oh no, I lost Monterey. Oh, Monterey is being attacked by insurgents. That's not good. But I got a tank there. That'll be put down pretty fast. Not terribly worried about that. That'll be fine. Okay, so yeah, things are good. I do need to make sure that I've got my unit. Oh, I lost Los Mochis to insurgents. That's not good. That's unfortunate. All right. And I think that is probably, have a feeling. Come on, show me some game events real quick. I have a feeling that that is probably my neighbor being a little bit cheeky, pushing for some insurgency action going on over there. So I'm going to, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? You? Yeah. We'll send that one over to Mochichi there. All right, y'all know, do y'all know about Monchichis? That's a very 1980s thing. Let's make this full screen here. Get me out of the picture. Okay, so the lay of the land as we have it is you've got me. Well, let's go to the political view real quick. This slow motion, it really is slow motion. The next game I play, I think, is going to be the 4x speed, and we'll stream some of that, and that's going to be awesome. But this is pretty much the last of the opposition down here in Central America. I could probably make this game end quicker by going up through Ontario or Canada or whatnot, but I really do want to leave that territory to my neighbor over there in Virginia. Cuba, Haiti, all that, they can enjoy themselves down there. And one of the really solid strategies for taking these Caribbean islands is to build a small navy of corvettes and just bombard the cities and infantry and armor positions all along from the coast, because you can reach both sides of Cuba from the coast with your ships. Same with the Bahamas, you can bombard the city. Caribbean states, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is just a city. You can bombard the city until there's no opposition, and then just waltz in there with one unit, and you've got it, just like that. But this is going to be a bit of a challenge. We've got 270 victory points left to go. So I'm really going to focus on sending units down. I'm not so much going to worry about taking territory. I'm going to worry about taking cities. I'm going to focus on the cities and try and go through as many of them as I can, because there should be enough victory points in just the cities. If I look at Nicaragua, he's got probably 18 cities. If they're an average of 6 or 7, I'm obviously going to have to take the regions as well on my way to the cities. But this should, I expect to have this wrapped up by the end of this week. By this time next week, Sunday next week, I expect to have this game wrapped up. I'm picking up 100 points a day. I may even have this wrapped up by Thursday, which would be really sweet. Speaking of Thursday, Thursday is our 99th episode of the Quarantine Happy Hour, the Old Humble Quarantine Happy Hour, the 19th and penultimate episode, penultimate being next to last. Yeah, clever big word there. This one lands in 4 minutes. I'm going to move him off to over here so he's a little further away from the explosions. Patrol. Come on. I want you to patrol right over here. Yeah. I want you to patrol right over here. I'm only launching 6. I'm only launching 6, and he doesn't have anything here. This looks really undefended. I should be able to drop some units down over here and just really just take him out completely. I wonder if I can get together a quick little division. What's going on back here? This little fella. Yeah, you just keep on cruising down here, buddy. I wonder if I can get a unit. I'm looking for kind of a tank. There's a tank and artillery there, or a tank and infantry rather there. I'm wondering if I can get a tank and an infantry unit together so that I can ship them down. And just, reach out and snake his capital away from him. That might be good. That might be bad. I'm not sure that's a 100% great decision. And here's why. If his cities rebel, they're going to have insurgent units in each of those cities, like these guys, the first insurgents. So then, instead of just fighting whatever he has in those cities, I'm going to have to fight the insurgents too. That kind of stuff. Did I take this guy out of Monclova? I did. I'm taking this guy out of Monclova. I don't want you to come out of Monclova. You stay in Monclova. Back to Monclova. Stay there. Back to where you came from, sir. Maybe this guy. I've got to have somebody I can spare. It's just like kicking around. That one in Chihuahua needs to stay in Chihuahua. How about you? No. Tank unit, tank unit, tank unit. Got a bunch of tanks and a tank commander. What else? Come on. I gotta have an infantry unit somewhere around here. How about you? No. Are you an infantry unit? You're a tank unit. I've got that infantry unit right there. That guy's an infantry unit. This green line is an infantry unit on a transport. That is 4 tanks. That is an infantry unit. Yep, there we go. All right, so you get to little butt down here. There goes. I heard the bombs. Oh, I missed it. I missed the video. Damn it. Damn it. There it is. The first one hit. We'll see the next one hit in a second. That is Puerto Cabezas. Didn't take out everything in El Puerto Cabezas. They still have all their buildings. That's fine. It's a contaminated area. They're not going. They can't build anything. I've taken out their ability to build. That's sweet. That's really sweet. And I'm going to attack the ship. I think I can attack the ship. I'm about to find out. Where are the rest of these missiles going to? That's in 40 seconds. Sweet. He's going to have all 6 of his cities contaminated. makes such a cool noise too. But I don't think I'm sharing the audio. All right, once that's done, I'll share the audio. Oh, here's the next one. Managua. Got him. All right, real fast. I can get this done quick. Close that. Come on, back here. Share, screen, tab, audio, that, go. All right. Ah, so cool. But I don't think I caught that one either. Still loading up the dome. Oh, they shot. Bluefields tried to defend themselves. Ooh, interesting. Something in Bluefields tried to fight back. You know what we're going to do? We're going to attack Bluefield. And we're going to find out what's up. And these two guys, we got 4 minutes and 11 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the last two that are going to hit. Nice. See here, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to set my timer so I make sure I've got this. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. That'll give me 20 seconds warning to make sure that I get that on camera when we record it. I want to bomb the house. See, this is a big old destroyer sitting in his port. He's got these things just anchored off at his ports to protect from a amphibious invasion, which is smart. You don't want your cities getting attacked from the ocean. It'd be bad. Okay, it'd be bad. Okay. My entire YouTube timeline is just a wreck. My because because I've been researching things and looking at different videos, and so I've got all kinds of clog clearing, drain clearing. So we had a long story short, we had a clog drain. So that has led me down a YouTube rabbit hole of clearing drains and all kinds of other weird stuff. Don't judge me, internet. You would do it too. Okay, we're about to get this. I think they're about to get this destroyer bombed. Yeah, destroyer's about to be bombed. Then Bluefields will be next. Find out what's going on there. This has reached the end of its range. I can't go any further with this guy. But most of his homeland appears to be very undefended, which is awesome. But we were definitely attacked. Our cruise missile was definitely attacked. Enemy city Bluefield. Oh, no. Okay, no, I take that back. Okay, now I see what happened. Civilian casualties. There was nothing there. So stay over here and patrol. Stay over there and patrol. We don't need you to attack. Bluefields was reporting innocent civilian casualties. Aw, so sad. See what it says in the newspaper about our chemical attacks. Terrible loss of human life in Nicaragua. Globally condemned for the weapons. And this is my article. Chemicals will save you. Chemicals will free you. Chemicals and biological weapons will cleanse you of your sins. Wait till you see what we're about to do in Central America. So glorious. So glorious. so glorious. Maybe I'll launch a chemical attack against the insurgents over there in Los Mochis. I'll teach those damn teach those damn insurgents a lesson, won't it? He has 900. Wait, he has 915 points right now. Wow, he got many more points than I thought he did. Probably only had 700 or so. All right, that attack was trash, man. All right, we're here. We're here. We got 20 seconds till the attacks land. See what we got. Tegucigalpa. Ooh, there it goes. So sweet. All right, that is a unidentified infantry unit sitting in Puerto Cabezas. I did not see any other units in his towns, in his cities, other than that destroyer sitting there on the coast. I don't have any naval forces right now, but I will shortly, and I'll be able to take care of that pretty soon. That was another 6 minutes before he hits Mulukuku. And then Nicaragua is going to be under a chemical cloud. So excited. So happy. Such joy. I'm going to set my timer back for 5 minutes because it did say 6, right? 5 minutes and 53 seconds. So that'll give me plenty of time. Okay, let's look over here at the build queue real quick while we got time. Look at my build queue. I've got a couple of nukes en route, a couple of ballistic missile submarines en route. One is actually being built right now. See what timing is. 1 hour for that. This will be ready, and we're starting one day. It's 1 hour, 7 hours. One of my neighbor's little sabotage things has been in Eureka the last several days, and it keeps damaging my airfield in Eureka, which means I can't build a new AWACS. That has to wait until the airfield gets repaired. Just got a text from my brother. It is actually my birthday right now, so I just got a text from my brother. I'm going to read that as that came in. Cool. Trying to organize my build queue over here. Houston, I need a airport in Houston so that we can base jets a little bit further south. 4 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours, so we can base jets a little bit further south and have a little bit further range on those guys. And then we will be able to reach all the way to the Panama Canal with our bombers. That'll be nice. Because, right now our bombers can only reach to, it looks like the south end of Nicaragua, but I really don't think I'm going to be moving much further south than here. I think the game will be pretty much wrapped up when we get through. Well, no, I guess I can. This bomber squadron goes all the way to Panama right now. Sweet. Where's he based out of? El Paso? Talk to me. Talk to me, boy. Amarillo is where they're based out of. Okay, so I guess I do need that airport in Houston. Let's cancel that build, boys. Oh, it's already canceled. Wait a minute. Something's a little fishy here. What's going on? But this being this slow motion activity going on right here, this is like the most frustrating part of this game. You know, you can't speed it up. You can't make things happen faster than they're supposed to. It's going to be 2 minutes to get where it's going to go. It's going to take a full 2 minutes, the whole 120 seconds. There's no messing around. Yeah, San Antonio's where I was building that. I don't need it. Go way by. You know, there's no hurry up button. There's no speed up button. Unless you want to spend gold, you can skip over 12 hours on builds and things like that. But there's nothing that's going to make this happen in less than 2 minutes. This chemical weapon, biological weapon, whichever it is, it's going to land when it lands, and that's it. Nothing you can do about it. This is a chemical, not biological. Chemical cruise missile. And that's just how it's going to be. All right. Final countdown to the grand closing gambit. Yeah, we'll go with closing gambit. Now I'll show real quick after this lands in a minute and a half. I'll show my insurance policies that I've got scattered around the map. And I've got a couple of other insurance policies that I have en route. Actually, one of them is in the build queue that I can probably get rid of because I only need 1 or 2. I don't need 3. And I'll show you. I'll show some of those my insurance policies to make sure that everybody stays nice and happy and doesn't try to get too cheeky. And you know, stays in their lane, doesn't go anywhere else. Hey, no limits. Cheers. Hey, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are when you start the game. It's a learning process. You learn, you know, you slowly learn how to play the game, and you figure it out. The good part about playing this game is usually you're playing against a bunch of other people who also aren't very good. You can look over on the information screen, either in the diplomacy screen or in the information screen for your game menu, and see the different ranks of the people you're playing with and against. Come on, you're almost there. There it is. Oh, such a cool sound. Come on, show me the skull. I'm here for the skull. There it is, baby. All right. We'll put my face up here real quick. So you're usually playing with a bunch of people who also they're not masters of the game. Okay. Let me show you where the let's look at some of these screens. Oh, okay. Up here in the upper left hand corner, where it shows your name. There's the information button, which goes to the wiki page, and then this little house goes back to your administration screen. This is the newspaper, CON News, down right below the day and time. That gives you the newspaper. Nobody reads the newspaper. No other players read the newspaper, but it sometimes gives you good information out. Like early on in this game, New York tried to front that he had nuclear weapons. He doesn't have nuclear weapons. What happens when you have nuclear weapons is an automatic story gets generated saying such and such has started their nuclear program or chemical program against the law, blah, 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 whatever. If they were paying attention, they would know I've just dropped chemical weapons all over the place. But nobody ever reads these. And it can be a good source of information. It's a very good source of information early in the game. Also tell you what other players have quit the game. It's a story. Come on, open up the newspaper. Come on, dum-dum. It's a story that'll, let me get up here to day 03. Show me day 3. Come on. Sometimes it takes a second. You know, you got to go up and get the microfiche. There it is. Perfect story right there. Military coup, military coup, military coup, military coup, military coup, military coup. All of these positions are positions of people who have dropped out of the game. They've gone dormant, they've gone inactive, they've dropped out of the game. They may come back and pick their position back up, but as of turn 3, it's 24 hours away from the game, and you're considered inactive. So, I mean, look at all these positions that went inactive on day 3, which is 24, 40, I think it's 48 hours away from the game if you don't log in for 48 hours. So 24, 48, 72 hours. This is the first full 48-hour period after the first day. And these are all of the positions that went inactive. And if you really wanted to, you could just start a list. Okay, these are the people I'm going to attack first. I really, 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 really strongly recommend, cannot recommend more strongly. Oh, it's the phone screen. Ah, damn. Yeah, the phone screen's a little bit harder. You've got there's a dot 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 uh ellipsis ellipsis? Yeah, whatever, down in the bottom right hand corner that'll bring up these other screens. The mobile screen's a little bit different. I'll use the mobile screen just to check in. But I don't like playing on the mobile because it's kind of constrained. These skulls are chemical weapons attacks. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 cities that are Nicaragua's homeland cities. The only 6 cities where they can build offensive units if he was still active in the game. I don't think he's active in the game, but as you can see over here, it says contaminated area, which means he can't build. He can't build anything. His entire offensive capacity is neutralized. Now, if I wanted to, if he was an active player, he would no longer have any capability for the next 24 hours. I think is how long it takes to clean up the contamination. He would have zero ability to build anything, and then I would be able to, he wouldn't be able to replace any of his units that I'd be fighting up here because nothing down here would be built. And then I could just come back and hit him a second time, 12 hours, 24 hours from now, however long it takes for that stuff to clean up. I could come and hit him again, and hit him again, and hit him again, and just keep hitting him, and just completely pummel him into inactivity. So there's that. How do you find your secret weapon place if you forgot where you built it? Okay, so on the laptop version, you can scroll across your units like so, going across from unit to unit to unit to unit to unit, and that's how I found some of my units when I've had them moved on the map and I couldn't find them, like especially my jets. When it comes to your actual builds on the desktop, you can sort your. I can sort my cities by buildings. So here's my secret weapons lab here. If I want to see all the cities with secret weapons labs, I just sort on the secret weapons lab, and I have my level 4s, my level 2s, my level 1s all the way down, and then nothing after that. I've got my cities sorted. All of my annex cities I have sorted by army base. So if they have an army base, they are annexed. If they don't have an army base, they're not annexed. And I don't have any problem getting rid of the army bases in cities that I conquer because it takes like, I think, 5 minutes to build an army base if I annex a city. So it's not like I'm losing any time as far as that goes. But this is how I find the facilities when I'm looking for them. So I'm looking for my secret lab. This is where my secret labs are. I hit that. These are all secret labs. If I want to see my airfields, here's my airfields. If I want to see my, can I repair this guy yet? Be ready in 4 hours. Good, that'll be fine. That'll prepare in 4 hours. My airfields. This is another benefit to playing on desktop and not mobile because I don't think these features are available on mobile. And if they are, they're not as clean and pretty on the mobile. So there you go. He is probably my opponent, my neighbor over in Virginia is probably putting agents in these cities with corruption missions, damaging my air bases, just being general pricks. But that's okay. Little repair job here, little repair job there. It's not really hurting anybody, not really hurting anything. Oh yeah, I need to send you that logo. Sorry about that. You should stick to wood. Huh? I don't know what that means. Um, you're gonna have to fill me in on what that means. Okay, but here's my secret weapons. This is my insurance policy against my neighbor here in Virginia. So, I mean, you saw what happened down here in Nicaragua. I dropped 6 bombs, took care of 6 positions right there. I've got missile launchers here in Iowa and Missouri, and I have a ballistic missile submarine coming out shortly. And if I really, really, really wanted to be obnoxious, I could park a bomber over here off the East Coast as well. And that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, that'd be 5, 6, and then the bomber has 7, 8 missile compartments ready to quite literally take out his offensive capacity. I could do to him in 30 minutes the same thing that I just did to Nicaragua and completely wipe out his offensive capacity. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities right here in Virginia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities right here in Virginia. And it appears that almost all of his offensive units are right over here in Louisiana. So if he decided what he wanted to do was launch an attack into Texas and see how far he could get, how much territory he could take. He could, I mean, realistically speaking, he could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities within the course of about 4 days, 9 cities if you count Little Rock, within the course of about 4 days. But inside of those 4 days, I'll also mobilize all of my bombers to take out all of his offensive capacity. I am a little short right now on conventional warheads, which is unfortunate because that column right there, I keep zooming in and out. Sorry, this column right here, this is his big stack. He's got in this stack here, the 16th Tank Division, he has 202 hit points. 1 cruise missile takes out 30 hit points, so that would be 7 cruise missiles that would take his offensive capacity down to 0. Oh, you build things, you stick to wood. I get it. That makes sense. Gotcha. I understand. Um, so yeah, that would literally take his offensive capacity right off the map. Unless he's got a whole bunch of stuff back here coming forward. I know he's got 2 or 3 units right up here on my border with him in this area right here because I had an AWAC circling up here earlier, telling me that he's got some armor right there. That's why I've got a unit coming over here to this border. But that's my insurance policy. I don't expect him to do anything, and I'm being just as cheeky with my intelligence agents as he's being with his. I've got cash to throw around, so I'm trying to keep him on his toes, making sure that this land on his interior. He has to take care of it, make sure it doesn't rebel on him. It's the same thing he's doing to me, I'm doing to him, and as long as I have no intention of sending offensive units across his border. As long as he doesn't want to send offensive units across mine, we'll be good. He'll have 1,000 or so points at the end of the game. I'll have my 1,700 or so very soon as I finish sweeping my units down through here. I've been traveling all weekend, so today I wasn't doing a whole lot of stuff. Thank you, No Limits, for something in my office. I appreciate that. I'm intrigued now. I'm excited to find out what it is. But I'm going to call it a night. I've done what I wanted to do on camera. We nuked. We didn't nuke. We blasted Nicaragua with chemical weapons. There, I think the technical military term is fucked. If he was active, I don't think he's active in the game right now. If he was active, and he is a level 54 sergeant or whatever it is in the game, he's level 54. I'm only like level 35 or something like that. This is the info screen and the diplomacy screen. This is the info. This is his user ID. This is his info. So he's level 54 master sergeant. He's also at war with everybody. This is a thing you need to try to avoid. Being at war with more than one position at a time sucks your morale out. It hurts your ability to produce units and produce economic output. It hurts your ability in the game to really function, especially if you're at war with a bunch of non-player positions that just send units across your borders randomly, because then you've got to constantly go and clean up this mess of people fighting against you. That was a hard lesson that I learned a couple of games ago, and took the attitude of this game to avoid combat at all costs unless I had to. So I steadily and progressively went to war with one position at a time. This, with 3 positions right now, this is the most positions I've been at war against this entire game. And honestly, when Virginia first approached me about an alliance, the first thing I looked at was how many positions he was at war with. Because he was, I think, at war at the time with 9 positions. All the people around him, he had started a bunch of wars and hadn't finished them. And I didn't want to get myself entangled in that mess. He has steadily picked off several of them and brought his number down to, I think, 6 at last count. 4, I think, was the last count that I saw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, it was 6. So that was one of the influencing factors, and also the other factor is that I was going for my first solo win, so I really didn't want to be allied with anybody in this particular game. But no fault of his. He's a perfectly decent guy, as far as I know. My interactions with him have been cordial. And if I see him again, hey, maybe next time we play, we'll be able to ally together. But for this game, I'm calling it a night, guys. I'm tired. I've been traveling. Hey, 108 points. Tell me in chat, no limits. What turn are you on? 108 points in the first couple of rounds, first couple of days in the game isn't that bad. I mean, Texas starts out with 92, if I'm not mistaken. And 108 can actually be a pretty solid lead, depending on who you're going, where you're at, and who you're going against. But in this, early on, that's just how it goes. And early game, when you go out in the land rush phase, oh yeah, you're doing fine. First week of the game, if you've got 100 points, if you start off in Texas and you only have 100 points, you're going too slow. But if you start off in one of the other, you're doing just fine. If you start off in one of those other, they start off with 70 or 80 points, you push it up to 100 in the first week, you're doing just fine. Be patient. This is a game of patience. This is a game. I can't stress it enough. I've said it 1,000 times. It takes forever to learn this lesson. It's a game of patience. Patience, 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 patience. If you try and take on too many positions at once, you're going to get mired down in too many wars, and you're not going to be able to have your economic development. You're not going to be able to advance anything, and you're just going to be constantly fighting off these positions while everybody else around you is building up their points, and you're very likely going to get picked off by them. Patience, 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 patience. And one of the things that gets reinforced with that is the slow process, the slow pace of the game. You send units from, I mean, hell, I send units from LA down to Mexico City, and it takes 14 freaking hours. 14 hours. You set everything in motion, and then you head out. I mean, I put these bombers down here around Nicaragua at like 7 o'clock today, with the anticipation of doing this today, this evening. So uh, patience, patience, patience. I mean, even in the 4X speed games, it's still patience because it takes, even at 4 times the speed, it takes forever to cross from Europe to the other side of Russia. You don't want all of your homeland and annexed cities to be in one area. You want to spread them out so you can move units across the map and do things without having to go to bed and wake up the next day and finally have stuff to do. Um, I mean, hell, this is day 53 on this map. It takes time to build things and build it out, and you got to focus on the important stuff at the beginning, like your economics and logistics, everything. Being able to have airports and production capability in all your cities is key to everything. Uh, but that's that. I'm going to man, I could this game. It's a fun game, and being a business nerd and a logistics nerd, I find this game to be a very good proxy for building businesses. I am looking forward to a new game that'll be coming out on Steam sometime soon called Moonshine Madness, where you literally build a distillery, starting, I presume, starting as a moonshiner in the backwoods of some hillbilly fuck bucket town or something. But I'm very interested in seeing that game and how that sim functions and when it comes out. And then the next iteration of this, once we wrap this up in a few days, I'm going to start a world map 4X speed game and see if I can manage it. I've gotten my ass kicked out of every single one of those games. The only game that I played that I survived to the end, I lost all of my regions, took my last 3 units, bailed on Africa, and ended with 1 region in Jamaica. I was able to take Jamaica. So I came from, I think it was Angola, or no, that was the game I played, Ethiopia, if I'm not mistaken. And I managed to escape Africa as it was being overrun with my last 3 units, make my way to Jamaica, land in Jamaica, take the island, and have basically my last stand stronghold in Jamaica. There was a rogue state outbreak in Yucatan, and I was just about to go over there and take a couple of regions from rogue state when the game ended. So I have not done very well at all in the 4X games, and now I am going to. I've been inspired to try it one more time and see if we can't pull it off. And I'm going to take a little break from this after our 100th episode of our quarantine happy hour. And after this game wraps up, I'm going to take a little break and then come back and play a 4X, and then maybe I'll start playing Xbox games too. Because I'm still going to have a little bit of time as we start to ramp things up at the distillery and do the build out on our tasting room. But tune in Thursday, our 99th episode. Every person who makes a comment in chat gets an entry into our drawing for a free bottle of whiskey, which is right here. A free bottle of Special Reserve whiskey. It may very well be much more fancy by the time the show rolls around on Thursday. So tune in Thursday, 9 p.m. Central. Episode 99, Old Humble Quarantine Happy Hour. I will see y'all then. Cheers. No breaks, need subs to fight Kangaroo. Yes, I need subs to fight Kangaroo, but I also need a break. That's right. When we get 1,000 subs on the channel, I'm going to go down the street and fight a kangaroo. We have an aquarium and wildlife habitat down the street where they've got kangaroos, and I'm going to see if I can't get one of the aquarium keepers, wildlife habitators, to show me the most arrogant kangaroo that they've got, and I'm going to kick his ass. All right, there you go. Cheers, everybody. Good night.